Welcome to Wistful Visions. In this read, we're going to hear from our different types of mates that we can have. I don't know which is which, but we'll move right in. Here's group one, karmic mate. We'll find out a little bit about your karmic mate and what you are meant to learn. I'm an intuitive reader, and each one of my decks has their own personalities and their own voices. So I let them tell me which one wants to be used. My supernatural deck wants to be used today. All my decks are pre-shuffled, but I shuffle them again to set the intention for you. I'm not going to have a set amount of cards to lay out. I'm just going to take what they give me. It seems they're deciding on whether they should give a couple more or not. I'll just keep shuffling until they figure it out. Oh. And we got one more they want to spit out. Try to find them. There's the world in reverse. The two of pentagrams in reverse. The sun in reverse. The knight of pentagrams in no, this is where it's set up, sorry. And the eight of bones wanted to sit with it. The nine of bones. Nine of chalices. The Page of Pentagrams. And the Two of Knives. Wanted to sit with it in reverse. At the bottom of the deck is a Ten of Bones. And there's a little secret note that the deck wants to give you a bit later. So your karmic mate. Seems a bit cocky. Yeah, cocky. Okay, so karmic mates, they can be friends, families, co-workers. It could be anybody. A romantic partner even. It's just, and karmic could be good or bad. So lessons learned from previous lives, or even intergenerational karma could be coming in, and all it really means is that you were meant to try to break through this karmic cycle. If not, that's okay. But you're meant to try. It could also be good as a karmic reward for all that you've done in your past lives, or again, intergenerational karma. So all the good that your ancestors may have done. In this case, the karmic mate that's coming through is cocky. They think they're all that. You're not intended to look for reasons why this karmic mate is in your life. You're meant to look ahead, but a lot of you are questioning why. So whether it's good or bad, it doesn't matter. Sometimes things are too good to be true and you still want to know why or how this happened. If it's terrible, problematic, however you gauge it, still you ask why. But you're meant to look forward. There's a lot of imbalance, but it's nothing that you cannot regain. So this dude here is already ready and confirmation, ready and prepared to pull out what he's got hidden. It's like his backup, whatever card he's got up his sleeve, just prepared. My son is generally happy, but it's in reverse. It doesn't necessarily mean unhappiness. It just means it's going to be a bit of a trial to gain that happiness. It's going to be a bit of work. It doesn't matter which direction she's facing, she's still going to be happy. So it's just going to take a bit of work, a bit of cutting away the bullshit, preparedness. These cards are saying that you're going to get through it. Stop asking why, look ahead, move forward. You've got all that you need to be prepared, and you'll get to the end of it. Now this dude is a bit calculative. The Knight. It seems to be a quick lesson. So again, good or bad, it doesn't matter. Karma is karma. You gauge what kind of karmic cycle you're in, if you're in a good one or a quote-unquote bad one. Bad ones are meant to teach you lessons, so in the end it becomes a good thing. But this looks like a really quick cycle. This dude wants to represent your karmic mate. Man or woman, doesn't matter. But this card wants to represent your karmic mate. It's like their spirit, their higher selves know what it is that they're supposed to be doing, what role they play in your life. They're just... they have faith in you. They know you'll get through it, so they're just sitting there, watching, waiting, relaxing. They kind of don't feel the need to step in, because they know you'll get through it, good or bad. Knight of Chalices, that's what they're waiting for. Confirmation. Fulfillment. You're going to get to the end. That's what they're waiting for. So, the Page of Pentagrams, it's like in the end you're going to be a little bit shell-shocked, a little bit stunned, like what the hell? What just happened? Did I just get through that, or did this really happen? Is it real? And with this wanting to sit with it, the Two of Knives in reverse, yeah, you're meant to, and you have nothing to worry about, because you've succeeded, you've made it through, you've learned what you're meant to learn, you've gained what you're meant to gain, and there's really no sense in doubling back and second guessing everything. This wants you to just keep going, take your win and go. The Ten of Bones. He's really just content, patient, waiting. Now the secret note that wanted to come out a bit later, which is now, is the Three of Chalices underneath the Ten of Bones. Now the funny thing is, even though he's waiting for the next shoe to drop, this is telling you don't worry about it. There is no next shoe to drop for right now, when you've completed this cycle. You can celebrate, you can have fun, just be content. Now the oracles, Magic of You Oracle wants to speak. these cards want to tell you what you're going to gain at the end of the cycle. So even if it's a lesson learned, there's still something to gain. Oh, no. There's one more that wants to come out. Nope, they've changed their mind. Compassion for others. Open your arms. Make peace with your past. And bottom of the deck, transform the way you see. And so, what you will gain from these lessons or from this good karmic cycle, whichever you're in, is it's really quite obvious. Compassion for others. Make peace with your past. So, well, open your arms here. It's not suggesting that you're closed off, or in the end you're going to be closed off, and it's not suggesting that you're not going to see the beauty that's behind you or anything like that. What it's saying is that at the end of the cycle, you will learn to open your arms. You know, these plants will kind of come into full view. So currently, this is kind of how it is, but in the end, because they want to tell you the lessons that you will learn, the end is what this will be. You'll be more open. You'll see things in a different light, from a different perspective, with different ideas. Making peace with your past, it's same as this one, just don't look back right now. You don't need to, because this karmic mate, it's, well, they're telling me that this karmic mate is intergenerational. It's intergenerational karma. So somewhere in your ancestry there is what caused this karmic mate to come into your life. The outcome is just going to tell you just how to get through it. Be compassionate. Don't look behind you, keep looking forward. Be open. Change your perspective. And that's all the cards I want to speak. I will move on to group 2. Hey, group 2, let's find out what this card is. Wound mate. So a wound mate differs from a soulmate and a karmic mate. A wound mate is, again, it could be anybody, friend, family member, spouse, coworker, neighbor, whomever. The wound mate is someone who not necessarily went through the exact same things as you, but went through similar types of pain. So the two of you will meet at the same level, whether you're still sitting in it, or you're healing, or you're plummeting, they're going to meet you at the same level. And the two of you will generally a bit of confirmation there. The two of you will most likely go through your journeys parallel to each other. So again, like it's situational based. You don't have to be best friends with this person and check in every week. But even if it's a few months and you see them again, they're again going to be at the same level you're at. So that's what a wound mate is. And we'll see what it is that you're going through. I'm an intuitive reader, so I allow my cards to tell me which ones wants to speak, which one wants to relay the messages. Now it seems my as above, so below deck wants to speak. Generally, these cards don't like to be read in reverse, generally. But there are occasions, so we'll see what they give. They also like to work together, so like I was talking about, you and your wound mate paralleling each other. That's how these cards work. So you basically get 3 reads in one. And I pre-shuffle all my decks. And then I'll shuffle them again to set the intention. And then I always shuffle them after each read to clear them. Also, you may notice some damage done to my cards. I ordered them, and when they were delivered to my doorstep, my puppy at the time was really excited and tried to open it for me, and he succeeded, and even managed to open the packages that the cards were in. So these decks have been through a bit, but they're still happy. I don't know how many cards have come out. I don't have a set amount, so I'll just take what they give me. And that hit the floor. So this deck wants to represent your wound mint. That's what they're telling me right now. It seems they want to take their time a bit. Okay, just because I said. I want one more. Let's get that one. Yeah, right. Each of my decks has their own personalities. So alright. Let's try and get these organized here. It's a lot of cards. Move these down a bit and try and fit more. Mainly because you've got this lot here, and then this lot. And that's our puppy in a stairwell playing. She does a good job entertaining herself. And the Six of Air. The Ten of Air. The Six of Earth. Mabon. Lammas. Water. I'm really sorry, you guys. This is really sad energy, and yeah, I want to cry. Two of Water. The World. Mother of Water. Maiden of Air. spell casting, and Four of Earth. At the bottom of the deck, the Summerlands. Oh. Okay, so Mother of Earth wants to come out. But she wants to kind of oversee things. This card wants to represent spirit. So it's kind of a nice visual depiction that spirit is always overlooking. Okay, so your wound mate is in a lot of pain, which tells me that you are in a lot of pain, whether you're suppressing it or going with emotion, you're feeling pain. It's not healthy to be in denial about it, but I can sense that a lot of you are in denial about it. So your wound mate is feeling overwhelmed. There's so much in front of them. They're trying to figure it all out, but at the same time, they feel that they can't. They do have a lot of support. Again, Spirit is watching over, monitoring this connection between you and your wound mate. So they have support, they're just not feeling it. And Spirit even offered a physical embodiment of support, whether it's a therapy pet or a counselor or access to or a close friend or family member or what have you coming in to offer them support. They have that. But they're still having a hard time to get through what it is they're getting through. They understand that they have to connect everything. You know, the domino effect, the ripple effect, make the decisions based on what is right for them. But there's so much going on in their head that they're having a hard time organizing it. And again, they have help trying to support them so that they can organize their thoughts and feelings, but they're still struggling with it. So this little dude, I don't know if you can see his expression very well, but this little dude is looking kind of sad. This little dude is looking kind of angry, just fed up. But we've got these other guys here lingering in the shadows, waiting to come out and offer help and support. So your wound mate needs to look around, and once they figure out what it is they need help with, they'll get it. Which means so will you. Because you're paralleling each other. Now this card is kind of 2 in 1. It's depicting your wound mate is looking at themselves. And they're judging themselves. The other that it's showing is they're looking for someone to blame, someone outside of themselves, someone external. They've got their tools, their skills necessary, but they're not paying attention to it. They kind of forgot about it in this bit of a mess that they're in. They're exhausted. Kind of feel like they don't have the energy to think anymore. This seems to be about the time when they meet you or you meet them. The point that the two of you cross paths. It doesn't matter what gender you are, but the two of you equal each other. The two of you balance each other out because now the both of you feel like you're not the only one going through something. This is where your wound mate makes the connection with you, or vice versa. You both feel aligned. As for this is more confirmation on the connection. Because the two of you are going to feel more balanced with each other, being able to talk to each other about what's going on, what you're dealing with, the realization of not being alone. You're going to end up supporting each other, helping each other, lighting each other's paths, helping each other find peace, and you're going to help yourselves by doing this, as this supports. It's all going to come together. It's all going to come into alignment. And again, you've got your ancestors, your spirit guides and guardians and spirit and whomever else watching over this connection. They are supporting you. You just need to ask. You can ask them for help, ask them for guidance. You can do this with your roommate as well. And you will get it. You will settle into it and work through it and then get out of it. This is depicting the empowerment that the two of you have within yourselves already, but you're not going to see it until you look at each other. Now it's saying, look, this is what you got. But wait, this is what you got too. So your empowerment's going to come up. You're going to feel it. And then you're going to start building your foundation to rebuild after getting out of this situation. You'll be more grounded, more settled. Now, this deck. This deck wants to represent you. That's how it's going to be. Okay, so the cards that want to represent you, you only get 3 because these guys said that this is where the 2 of you cross paths. So this is just letting you know what your wound mate is going through. So whether you've just met and don't know what's going on yet, or you haven't met them yet, or this is just what they're going through. And my cards are saying that you already know what you're going through. So they're just going to start from here. Just someone overseeing. And so we've got the High Priestess, the 7 of Chalices, and the Stars. At the bottom of the deck, 4 of Chalices, and this card wants to come out later. Okay. So this moves into what I was explaining about your wound mate. And what I said in the beginning, like I'm feeling for you. I feel sad. This is a very sad energy, and it's really hard for me not to cry. Hence my sniffles here and there, and my voice cracking a little bit here and there, and having to clear my throat. But there's a lot of emotion that is weighing on you. But this is similar to, where is it? This card for your wound mate. You're looking at yourself, you're looking within. You really are trying to get out of it. The 7 of Chalices, again, ties in with this card for your wound mate. I shouldn't say ties in, but it's similar to this card for your wound mate, how your wound mate is trying to, like, they're aware that everything needs to connect and get everything sorted out and whatnot. This is the same thing. You need to get everything sorted out. You need to get everything connected. And if you can, I don't know if you can see it that well, but each one of these are different aspects of this person's life. So these are depicting the different aspects of your life. You got your health, authority, so even in control of your own schedule or being in control of your own life. Your fun-loving side, quirky side, intelligent side, like they're all there. You have support. You're being watched over. Remember, Spirit is watching over. But this is going to happen after you make this connection. It's important that the 2 of you are aware. The Stars, you will get there. This is saying you have nothing to worry about. This backs it up. She's chillaxing, calm, cool, and collected. She's got everything she could need. Now, this. When the two of you connect, when your paths cross, when you meet, this is reiterating all that I just said. You're going to balance each other out. You're going to support each other. Spirit is watching over the connection, and Spirit wants you to know that. Like, Spirit is adamant that I make sure you are aware that Spirit is watching over this connection, and you will be okay. So that this is a depiction of when your paths cross. This, again, reiterating everything that was said, just when you become that support for each other, everything, the world is underneath here. Two of water, the world, mother of water, maiden of air. Two of water, when the two of you become that support for each other. Okay, so that's a double confirmation here. Again, you're being watched over. Everything will come together, everything, you know, like, it's hard. I'll pull this out again. It's hard to see past your nose when you're in a difficult situation. So this is kind of where the two of you are. You're trapped in this little shell of protection. You're trying to protect yourselves from whatever it is that you're dealing with, but you have your own magic, you have your own ideas, you have your own possibilities, and see, the outside is trying to get in to reach for you. Spirits and your spirit guides and guardians are trying to reach for you to pull you out, the both of you. But this won't happen until after the two of you meet. See, now these cards are being read together. When you read, that's when you're going to meet, when you meet, that's when the two of you are going to reach for what's outside of your shell. And that's when everything will come together within you and your wound mate. See, she's chillaxing here too. She's just like, oh hum, I got my shit together. It's all there. I'm supported. It's all going to come to you. It'll be easier to get out of the situation. With the two of you empowering each other and you finding your grounding, that's where all the happiness comes in. See, even he's got to reach. So once this all happens, you guys are going to be fine. But it's really hard right now. I can feel it, the weight of it. It's really heavy. And you guys are going to be fine. You and your wound mate. Again, it doesn't matter what gender you all are or they are. Who cares? The fact is, you will be fine. And Puppy wanted to establish what was said. So at the end of it all, you're going to be fine. I'd apologize, but I don't feel a reason to, because she has her own messages. So I'll let Puppy, say her piece. Sorry for your ears if it bothered. And they wanted to be picked up and moved aside, that's why I'm doing it. Spirit wants to stay out, and oracles. Or, wait, what? Okay. Okay. Perhaps that's why Puppy went and said her piece, because now my familiar tarot deck wants to come out. I'm taking those, I'm not really doing it. One more. I hadn't even started yet, and they're saying this is right. So I'm about as clueless as all of you right now. Let's see what they give. Oh. It seems that you guys have spirit animals. Not just ancestors or others, That's a lot of cards, seriously. Is that what you want to say? It seems you okay. Seems you have spirit animals. So let's figure this out here. This is where you want to go. Nope. Oh, you first. Oh, wait. Really? Okay. Okay, so. Spirit animals. They love you, and they can't wait to see you come back together. Apparently, you appear to be in pieces. That explains the emotional weight that I've been feeling. I'm still sniffling. Maybe. Sorry, Two of Cups in my familiar tarot deck. The spirit animals love you. The Empress. The Empress. They want you to know that they're watching over you. They're taking care of you and your wounds mate. The spirit animals were sent in by spirit to help you through this. So they want you to know that they're there. They're there to offer you comfort, guidance, protection, you name it. Whatever you need, they'll make it work. Knave of Wands. They're asking you to look inside yourself to find that empowerment mentioned earlier. There is no time limit. That's a pocket watch there, but honestly, I cannot see any arms. There's no hands that I can see at this moment. Maybe in another read I'll see hands, but there is no rush. That's what they're saying. Take your time. Look within. Seven of Wands in reverse. They're always there. Basically, you don't be tempted to be in denial. Just go through the motion. Fail however you need to fail. Sad, angry, upset, frustrated. Even if you have a good day, don't be afraid to be happy that day. Just go with emotion, and things are going to happen naturally. You have the moon in reverse. Yeah, it's just telling you things are going to happen naturally. And as the moon shifts tides, you're going to shift tides as well within yourself. Nothing will be hidden from you. You're going to be able to see everything. The Five of Cups, they're all around you. The Sun in reverse. It's just saying that it's just like in the other deck. It's there. It's going to happen. At the end of all of this, you'll be happy again. And confirmation. Queen of Pentacles. Don't be afraid to rely on others around you. Family, friends, your spouse. The Lovers. This is just finding the strength within yourself, the self-love that you have. Nine of Cups. You will be fulfilled once you come into connection with yourself. The Three of Swords in reverse. It's going to come to an end. And the Ace of Swords in reverse. It's all going to... You won't have to go through it again once you get through it. I think that's all I wanted to talk. Yep. That is all. Okay, group 3. Soulmate. We're going to take a look at what messages surround your soulmate connection. As soon as I figure out which deck wants to talk. I'm an intuitive reader. So I allow my decks to tell me which ones to volunteer. They each have their own personalities and voices. And the Disney Villains deck wants to come out. And they are deciding on whether or not they should spit out another card. I'll just keep shuffling until... Okay, never mind. They figured it out. Magician, Queen of Swords in reverse, Knight of Swords in reverse, King of Wands in reverse, the Sun in reverse, Ten of Cups, Two of Cups, the Star, Six of Wands, Three of Cups in reverse, Seven of Wands in reverse, Eight of Wands in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So we've already established that this is a soulmate read, so I don't need to point that out with the obvious cards. It seems that the two of you have some things to deal with first. The connection is there. It's always been there. You don't have to worry about it. But you need to deal with things before they come in. And you're not doing it. So they're still going to come in, but you're delaying it because you're not doing what you're supposed to. But they're waiting and they're there. It's a lot of cards just to say that, you know. Alright. Connection was there. This soulmate is, it comes from a past life. They are waiting to come in. Waiting for you to finish whatever lesson you're going through, whatever karmic cycle you're in. But you are delaying the process. So it's pushing their entrance into your lives back. They're everything you want. Now, it doesn't matter if it's romantic or platonic, you know. There's a reason for everybody to be in everyone's lives. But this is meant to be there. Meant to stay. So, you know, it could be a spouse, could be a new best friend, you know. And they're going to be there for you. Through everything. So they're going to stick it out for you. You're just taking your time getting there. So they're coming in slowly. One more card. Yep. Okay. These cards, these cards generally don't like to be read in reverse. The Magician again. Ace of Swords. The Hanged Man. Four of Cups. Eight of Wands. And the Three of Swords. Oh. Oh. Sorry, this is at the bottom of the deck. I wanted to come here. So the Magician is just reiterating what the other Magician was saying, that this soulmate comes from a past life. And as I mentioned with the Disney Villains deck, you're delaying the process of their entry. So what these cards are saying is, get your shit together. Some of you just don't want to deal with it for the sake of not wanting to deal with it. They're saying get off your ass and deal with it. This card is telling you that this person, your soulmate, is going to come in, but they'll come in with backup if need be. So spirit or your spirit guides or what have you will pave the path for them. They're going to make sure that you have it. And then your soulmate will come flying in. Bottom of the deck. Three of Swords. It'll be protected. And anything that isn't good for you, or that is no use for you, will fall away. You gotta let it go. Interesting. My past life deck wants to talk. One more. Oh. Okay. American. Atlantis. Oh, yep, okay. Lessons and blessings. Trust and faith. Fair. So, your soulmate's higher self, your soulmate's spirit, soul, had come in. Now, what they're saying is the two of you in a past life were Native Americans, and the two of you in another past life were Atlanteans. At the bottom of the deck is galactic. So the two of you are starseeds. So you've got that history with you as well. And this is a good I kind of don't want to say karmic, but I really don't have another word. This is a good karmic thing. Because in your past lives, you've gone through your lessons and your blessings. You've maintained your trust and your faith, as the cards depict. You've grown, you've expanded, you've prospered. It doesn't have to be financially, but emotionally, mentally, what have you. You've prospered from your past relationships in your past lives. And because the two of you are starseeds, that's what these cards are referring to. Your past connection, your past lives connection. It goes back to the birth of your soul. And that's why they're coming in now. Because this connection had been set prior to your birth in this lifetime. The agreement and the contract has been made. Queen of the Moon Oracle wants to talk. Okay, so whatever you guys are dealing with, whatever you're stalling, like my cards already told you to, get off your ass and deal with it. And I'm struggling to speak. I have to keep clearing my throat. So whatever it is that you guys have to deal with, it has something to do with communication. So you need to communicate your boundaries, you need to communicate your needs, whatever it is. Just quit stopping yourself from speaking and just state it. Queen of the Moon Oracle. Wants to throw out one card. I'm just waiting for it as the deck tries to find it. There you are. Patience. And at the bottom of the deck, extremes. Oh, you want to go to the surrender. And resistance wants to follow. Okay. So, what's going on in your head, in your minds, your thought processes and everything? You're going from one extreme to the next. What if it doesn't work out? What if it works out? You're not finding some common ground in the center to pave your own path to get to this person. Patience. If you can settle your mind, clear your mind, just clear it of all your questions, doubts, hopes, whatever. Just be realistic and objective. Your path, this is how your path will open up, and you'll avoid going from one extreme to the next. It won't be so taxing or exhausting. You'll find a way. You need to surrender whatever it is that you're blocking, and you're doing it yourself. Yeah, because I haven't had to clear my throat in the last minute or two since I told you all to speak. So let go of what you're holding back. Surrender to it. Accept it, that this is what you need. This is a boundary, what have you, and state it. Another one. Where are you? Is it you? Yeah. Okay, so my Mermaids and Dolphins Oracle. Oh, careful. Oh, I think this is the last note that my cards want to give you. Seems like they want to spit out 2 more cards. Let's try to find them. Explore your options. It's time to look at other possibilities. It's a good time to make changes. Nah. It's not saying to look at other possibilities. I think the card reads that, but it's not saying that. The card wants you to make changes. Make changes within yourself. When you get here, you can rest for a bit. When you cross paths with your soulmate, then you can rest. You can take time to get to know each other better. Build a bond. Synchronicity. It's going to be a paralleling each other. You are both going through similar things at a similar time. And again, soulmate. So that's a bit obvious. At the bottom of the deck, you have treasure chest. And that's pretty much how you're going to fail. An unforeseen windfall of new abundance comes to you now. Well, not now, because you're stalling. But once you get through it, then you'll have your new abundance. And that's all they want to say, and that's all that wants to speak. Okay. Thank you.